Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wishing you guys a very, very, very happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're spending it with one of your loved ones, friends, family, significant other, whoever it is. It's a day to celebrate love, and love comes in all forms. So just wishing you once again a very happy Valentine's Day. I've created this very soft, subtle look for Valentine's Day today. I just wanted to do something really light and simple, and I wanted to kind of just keep it, soft and romantic. I'm just going to start off with my eyes first. And as usual, I'm going in with my soft ochre main pot. I'm going in with my soft ochre paint pot, and I have stuck tape on the sides to get that precise sharp wing. And I'm just going to create that with eyeshadows today. But I'm just going to set the paint pot with my Revlon vintage lace eyeshadow. And then I'm going in with this Morphe eyeshadow palette. I believe it's called Nature Glow. And I'm going to point to all the shadows that I'm using just so you guys can get a clue in the color. These ones don't have any names on it, so it makes it a little bit hotter, and it is a really, really big palette, but we make it work. But yeah, I am just creating depth first, and then just building up the shadow. I'm really using very little pressure, just want to build up slowly and then work my way into intensifying the wing. While I'm just intensifying that wing, why don't you go ahead and check out my social media. I am pretty regular on Instagram and not so regular on Twitter and Snapchat, but I do every once in a while. But Instagram is more my jam. But anyways, let's go back into building up these shadows. I am using my BH Cosmetics brushes, just starting out with one of the big fluffy brushes, and then I'm just going with more dense brushes just to get that wing and eyeliner sort of look. And then to keep the subtle hint in the lid area of my eyes, I am using a very nice soft shimmer shadow. This one was reflective. It's got one of those duochromes, so it kind of reflects pink and golden and in certain angles green. It's a beautiful multidimensional shadow, so I thought it was perfect. Like, it doesn't show up with anything when you're putting it that way, but it just catches the light in a very, very, very different sort of a way. So this is more of a daytime glam because I am going for breakfast tomorrow. This is on the 13th and I'm putting up this video on the 14th. So I will be at breakfast when this video goes live. But yeah, because we were having a breakfast date since I'm working in the afternoon, I thought I would just practice what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. We'll see if we end up with that, but I will post it on Instagram. Anyways, so just going back in with the shadows that we've used earlier, and then just building up that intensity once again. Once that shadow is down, you kind of get the idea of how you want it to look and how you want to bring it all together. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And I did keep it very simple with just putting mascara on, no eyeliner or anything like that. But absolutely can add lashes if you're comfortable and good with them. I feel like with lashes it's a hit or miss for me, so for the most part, because I do wear makeup every single day when I go to work, I tend to not wear lashes and just do my mascara. But yeah, anyways, I just filled my brows off camera. I used my L'Oreal Pomade Ecstatic. It is getting very, very dry, so I'm thinking I did add a little bit of Duralin in that, but it is becoming very, very dry and not very fun to use. So I think I'm going to look out for another one. Anyways, I'm priming my face with the Master Prime Maybelline primer. This is the pore minimizing one. And I'm just using my fingers to apply that. And I'm actually kind of applying that a little bit towards where I'd applied the tape because I felt like that was a little bit sticky. So just using my fingers to blend it upwards towards that area. And for my foundations, I am using a mix of two. I'm using the L'Oreal True Match and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations. I will leave the shade names down below, so please don't forget to check that out. But yeah, I'm just using a brush to first blend all of that foundation onto my skin, and then I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques beauty sponge and just dab everything into place and like actually push the foundation into my skin just to kind of make it one with the skin, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like when these two are mixed, well, when the photo focus is done with a brush, it kind of tends to stay on top of the skin and not really blend in. So I always kind of go back and push the product in with the sponge if I ever do use a brush. So even with normal circumstances, I will always go back and smooth out any harsh lines or any brush strokes with the sponge. So yeah, for concealer, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, again, shade down below. I'm running out of that product, which is really weird because I feel like I never run out of concealers that easy, but this one was fairly quick. So anyways, just for some added brightness, I'm using the Flower Beauty Concealer, and I'm just using the Real Techniques sponge once again to buff that into the skin. And then I'm going to go back in with that brush and sort of melt the concealer with the foundation and make it one. I'm also going to use the Flower Beauty Concealer to highlight the center of my face. So basically on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. And I'm just going to blend that out first with the brush and then with the sponge. All right, just setting the entire face with the Face of Australia face powder. And I'm first going to start out by placing that underneath my eyes. And I'm actually going to set the concealer first, and then I'm going to go ahead and bake with the same powder. So right now I'm just placing that powder and sort of melting it in, and then I'm just going to go back and bake with that same powder. And I usually just bake underneath my eyes because I feel like that's the only area where my creases are a little bit more defined other than my smile lines. But yeah, I can get away with the others. So just basically diffusing any areas that we highlighted with this powder and the sponge. I'm just using one of the triangular sponges, and then for the rest of my face I'm just going to use the e.l.f. complexion brush and just buff everything into place. And once I'm done dusting the powder all over, I'm going to go ahead and take my bake off as well. For today's video, I didn't decide to leave it on for too long. I was like, it's all right, it's gonna be fine, because it does tend to look a little bit dry and not so pleasant sometimes if I bake for too long. So yeah, and plus I really wanted to just finish the eyes. So then I'm just going in with a smaller pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with two of the lost shadows that we used. The shadows that we used to create the eyeliner effect. So those are the ones that I'm placing underneath my eyes and just building up the lower lash line with those shadows. And I also did not diffuse the wing part because I wanted that crisp line intact. And I really do like it sometimes. It looks really nice and very fierce. I guess I don't have a fierce face, but I mean, I could try, you know. Anyways, just highlighting the inner corners with another shimmery shadow. Now this one has amazing pigment, but it just takes a little bit of work to kind of show up. So it's not picking up as well on the camera. I feel like I need to do something with my lighting, but it does really pick up like in natural lighting. So anyways, just building that up with a tightly packed pointed shadow brush, or yeah, something like that. Anyways, the mascara that I was using today was the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This one, the black tube one, it is really hard to work with because it is very, very clumpy, and I don't really like clumpy mascaras, but it is very black and sometimes it's okay. For the rest of my face, I'm using my Benefit by Hoola by Benefit bronzer and just using a big face brush to bronze up my face. Just the usual places, Nothing too crazy or fancy with that one. For my blush today, I am using my NYX blush in Spice. Very soft, very subtle, very nude and appropriate for this look kind of a blush. Love that one. And now I forgot to place the bronzer on my nose, so I decided to go back in with a slanted crease brush and just decided to contour my nose. For my highlight today, I am using the L'Oreal La Vie Glow Palette. I'm using the second one in, which is a beautiful, beautiful highlight. Again, the camera is not doing it justice, but looks beautiful in person. Has a lot of shine, a lot of shimmer, just very pretty. I'm just going to place that on the high points of my face, so basically top of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, around the temples, as well as the Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. And then I always like to take a little bit of that just around the tops of my forehead, like the temples, but like a little bit inner, just there. Like, I love that. For my lip liner, I'm sticking to the pink hues. I'm using this Essence lip pencil. I think it's called Big Proposal. And just using that to line my lips, and I'm going to fill them in a little bit as well. And I'd forgotten to highlight my brow bone, so just going back in with the highlighter again and just highlighting the brow bone area. And I'd also forgotten to use the brow gel, so I'm using my Rimmel Brow This Way brow gel. I think this is in dark brown. So just using that for my brows so that they can stay in place. And then star of the show, I'm using my Urban Decay Vice lipstick. I think it's called Alpha, which is a mega matte color. And I'm just diffusing that with my fingers, and then going back in, intensifying it a little bit. Again, diffusing it with my fingers. And then I added the Smashbox liquid lipstick in Patina, because Patina on its own is really, really light, but then with a base like this underneath, I feel like the color looks so pretty, so vibrant, yet so muted, which I think like it fits perfectly for the Valentine's Day theme. So yeah, but that completes the finished look, you guys. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you guys try it out. If you do, please don't forget to tag me in those photos. But yeah, something different. I don't typically do such a video, but it was so much fun, so smooth, so subtle. I feel like it's a really easy makeup look as well. Like, you cannot mess it up, you know. But yeah, anyways, have a great day, you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care. Bye.